David Manheim grew up in New York City and Chelsea, with both parents working as public school teachers. He attended Hunter College High School, a prestigious public school for gifted students. Despite being asked to leave almost every year due to poor academic performance, Manheim managed to stay enrolled until graduation. He excelled socially rather than academically, describing himself as having ADD and being all over the place. Mannheim's addiction first manifested as codependency among his friends, and he didn't start using drugs until he was away from them. Mannheim's first significant experience with alcohol came when he was working as a waiter at a summer camp. He drank excessively, blacked out, and vomited. This was also the first time he felt depressed and uncomfortable in his own skin. However, he didn't stick with alcohol, believing he might be physically allergic to it. In college, he discovered marijuana, which he felt was how he wanted to feel. He smoked weed daily from age 18 to 41, unless he was locked away. He also experimented with psychedelics, pills, and cocaine, but none of these substances significantly impeded his life at first. After college, Manheim worked in television, eventually landing an on-air gig that led to a producer role. It was during this time that he first tried heroin. Despite knowing the dangers, he believed he could handle a daily heroin habit. This decision led to the rapid decline of his TV career, which ended about 9 months later. Mannheim's addiction worsened over time. He lost jobs, went to detox, and struggled to maintain relationships. He had multiple stints in rehab and detox facilities, both in New York and Los Angeles. During his time in LA, from 2001 to 2008, he was supported by a girlfriend while he was using. He describes himself as being like the third cat in their household. Mannheim's path to recovery was long and fraught with relapses. A significant turning point came when his mother was diagnosed with leukemia. This news prompted him to start tapering off methadone and move back to the East Coast. He eventually landed a job as a waiter at Katz's Deli in New York City, a position he still holds today. Another crucial moment in Mannheim's recovery came when he relapsed while his partner was pregnant with their first child. After the birth, he continued using, even having heroin in his pocket during the delivery. When his partner discovered his relapse, she left with their child. This separation led Manheim to seek treatment, where he met Chris, who would later become his podcast co-host. Mannheim's final push towards sobriety came when he realized he couldn't visit his daughter without his father present due to his addiction. The shame of this situation drove him to commit to recovery fully. He started attending AA meetings regularly and embraced the program's principles. While working at Katz's Deli, Manheim created a show called The Last Jewish Waiter, which gained some attention. This experience, combined with his recovery journey, led to the creation of the Dopey podcast. Manheim and his friend Chris, whom he met in treatment, started the podcast to share their worst drug stories and experiences with addiction and recovery. Dopey quickly gained a cult following, with listeners connecting deeply to the raw, honest conversations about addiction. The show took an unexpected turn when Chris died of an overdose, leaving Manheim to continue the podcast alone. This tragedy became a pivotal moment for the show and its community, known as Dopey Nation. Dopey has become a significant platform for discussing addiction and recovery. The show features a mix of celebrity guests, hard case stories from listeners, and Manheim's own experiences. It has helped many people in their recovery journeys and has created a strong community of listeners who support each other. The podcast gained wider recognition after being featured on This American Life, which led to a significant increase in listenership. Manheim has also pursued other projects related to Dopey, including murals in various cities and a potential documentary with Time magazine. Manheim's recovery program includes regular AA meetings, sponsorship, prayer, and meditation. He emphasizes the importance of willingness and taking action in recovery. He describes his spiritual approach as believing in love and the magic of the universe, replacing the concept of God with love. He uses the analogy of tethering a hot air balloon to describe recovery, with each positive action serving as a tether to keep one grounded. Another analogy he shares is filling a bucket with an eyedropper, representing the slow but steady progress of recovery. Manheim stresses that recovery is a personal journey, and that no one can force an addict to get help. He advises family members of addicts to focus on taking care of themselves and seeking support through programs like Al-Anon. For those struggling with addiction, he emphasizes the importance of willingness and taking action. Despite the success of Dopey and his years of sobriety, Manheim still struggles with feelings of impostor syndrome and the desire for recognition. He acknowledges the ongoing work required to maintain recovery and the importance of staying engaged with the process.